Hello, my name is Jiso and I'm reading Master Dōgen Shōbōgenzō, and we are on Shukke-kudoku, the merit of leaving family life, about halfway through, a bit more than halfway through. Might even get to the end today. The 17th patriarch, the Venerable Samganandi, is the son of the King Treasurer Adornment of the city of Shravasti. The King Treasure Adornment is the Sanskrit equivalent not traced. Okay, in the city of Shravasti, which was the capital of the Indian kingdom of Kosala. Able to speak from birth, he always praises Buddhist matters. At the age of 7, he grows averse to worldly pleasures, and in verse he addresses his parents as follows. Bowing to the ground before my great benevolent father, with vandana to the mother of my bones and blood, I now desire to leave family life. Hopefully I beseech you, because you are compassionate. Vandana is to venerate or perform an act of veneration. With vandana to the mother. Okay. His mother and father firmly put a stop to this. At last, when he goes all day without eating, they permit him to leave home. At home. They permit him to leave home at home. That is what it says. He remained at home in the royal palace, but formally became a monk. Okay, so he left home at home, right? They name him Samganandi, Sangha Joy, and order the Shramana Zen Rita to be his teacher. Thus he accumulates 19 years without ever regressing or growing weary. But the Venerable One is always thinking to himself, my body resides in the royal palace. How can this be called leaving family life? One evening, a celestial brightness falls upon the earth, and Samganandi sees a path flat and level. Unconsciously, he walks slowly forward. About 10 miles on, he arrives before a great rock containing a stone cavern, inside which he at once settles into quietness. The father, having missed his son, banishes Zen Rita out of the country in search of his son, but they do not know where he is. In the following 10 years, the Venerable One attains the Dharma and receives affirmation, after which he goes, teaching as he travels, to the kingdom of Madai. The term leaving home at home was first heard at this time, but aided by long accumulated good, Samganandi found the level road in the celestial brightness, and he finally left the royal palace and went to the stone cavern, truly an excellent example. Those who dislike worldly pleasures and abhor secular dust, a great term, secular dust, are the sacred ones. Those who love the 5 desires, sight, sound, smells, taste and sensations, and forget about getting free are the common and stupid. Though the emperors Daiso and Shukuso, that's right, Tang Dynasty emperors, frequently associated with monks, they still were greedy for the royal position, which they never abdicated. Layman Ro, family name of Master Daiken Ino, having left his parent, became a patriarch. That is the merit of leaving family life. Layman Ho, disciple of Master Sakito Kizen, threw away treasure but failed to throw away dust. That might be called extremely stupid. Master Ro's Bodhi power and Master Ho's emulation of the ancients do not deserve to be compared. Those who are clearly inevitable, those who are clear inevitably leave family life. Those who are dull end their lives at home, which is the cause and conditions of black karma. That doesn't sound good. Zen Master Nangaku Ijo one day spontaneously speaks the following praise. In general, leaving family life is dharma without appearance. In the heavens above and in the human world, there is nothing to surpass it. Without appearance is sometimes used as a synonym for nirvana. Dharma without appearance means the right dharma of the Tathagata. Therefore, in the heavens above and in the human world, it is supreme. As to the meaning of the heavens above, there are 6 heavens in the world of desire, there are 18 heavens in the world of matter, and 4 kinds of state in the world of non-matter, but none is on a par with the truth of leaving family life. Zen Master Banzan Hoshaku says, Zen friends, appropriate learning of the truth is like the earth holding aloft a mountain without recognizing the mountain's solitary steepness, or like a stone containing a jewel without recognizing the jewel's flawlessness. If learning the truth is like this, we call it leaving family life. The Buddhist patriarch's right dharma is not necessarily connected with recognition and non-recognition. Leaving family life is the Buddhist patriarch's right dharma, and so its merit is evident. Zen Master Gigen of Rinzai Temple in Chinshu says, northeast China that is in general, those who have left family life should be able to intuit the normal and true view, to intuit the state of Buddha, to intuit the state of demons, to intuit the true, to intuit the false, to intuit the common, and to intuit the sacred. If they are able to intuit like this, they are called true leavers of family life. If they do not distinguish between demons and Buddhas, they have just left one nest and entered another nest, and they are called ordinary beings who are producing karma. They still cannot be called true leavers of family life. That's a very interesting statement, isn't it? Because a lot of people I can imagine, go and live in a temple, and then it all becomes a bit cozy, and that kind of becomes their new home. I like that. This normal and true view means deep belief in cause and effect, deep belief in the 3 treasures, and so on. To intuit Buddha means to be clear in mindfulness of the virtues of Buddha, both in the causal process and in the resultant state. We definitely distinguish between the true and the false, and the common and the sacred. If we are unclear with regard to demons and Buddhas, we sacrifice learning of the truth and regress and deviate in learning the truth. When we sense the doings of demons, if we do not follow those doings, pursuit of the truth does not regress. This is called the method of a true leaver of family life. Those who randomly consider demon doings to be the Buddha Dharma are many. It is a wrongness of recent ages. Tell me about it. Students without delay should know the state of demons and should clarify and practice and experience the state of Buddha. At the time of the Tathagata's parinirvana, Bodhisattva Mayakasyapa said to the Buddha, "World-honoured one, a Tathagata is perfectly equipped with the power to know the nature of others. You surely knew that Shukke-kudoku would cut off his good roots. Through what causes and conditions did you permit him to leave family life?" Just a note, good star is the Sanskrit Shukke-kudoku. It is said that when Shukke-kudoku served the Buddha as an attendant monk, but later returned to the secular world and slandered the Buddha in his teaching. Dear. So, why did you permit him to leave family life? Asks Mayakasyapa. The Buddha said, "Good son, in the past, when I first left family life, my younger brother Nanda, my cousins Ananda and Devadatta, my son Rahula and such like, all followed me in leaving family life and practicing the truth. If I had not allowed Shukke-kudoku to leave family life, that man in due course would have been able to inherit the position of king, free to exercise that power. He would have destroyed the Buddha Dharma. In view of these causes and circumstances, I immediately permitted him to leave family life and practice the truth. Good son, if the bhikkhu Shukke-kudoku had not left family life but still cut off his good roots, In countless ages there would have been no benefit at all. Now, after leaving family life, although he has cut off good roots, he has been able to receive and to retain the precepts, to serve and to venerate aged veterans, eminent patriarchs, and people of virtue, and to practice and to learn from the first dhyana to the fourth dhyana. These are called good causes. Good causes like these can give rise to good ways. Once good ways have arisen, we can practice and learn the truth. Once we have practiced and learned the truth, we will be able to attain the state of Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. For this reason I allowed Shunnaksatra to leave family life. Good son, if I had not allowed the bhikkhu Shunnaksatra to leave family life and receive the precepts, I could not be called a Tathagata equipped with the 10 powers. Good son, a Buddha reflects whether living beings possess good ways or non-virtuous ways. The man Shunnaksatra, although he possesses both such ways, before long may cut off all good roots and possess only non-virtuous roots. For what reasons? Because ordinary beings like him do not associate with good friends, do not listen to the right Dharma, do not think of good, and do not act in accord with the Dharma. Due to such causes and circumstances, he may cut off good roots and possess only non-virtuous roots. Remember, although the Tathagata, the world-honoured one, is clearly aware that ordinary beings might become cutters of good roots. Cutters of good roots means one who pursues to the end wishes, desires or inclinations and therefore has no belief in the Buddha, no interest in doing good and not doing wrong. They might become cutters of good roots. In order to bestow upon them the causes of good, he permits them to leave family life. It is great benevolence and great compassion. Becoming a cutter of good roots is the result of not associating with good friends, not listening to the right Dharma, not thinking of good, and not acting in accord with the Dharma. Students today, without fail, should associate closely with good friends. A good friend means one who maintains that Buddhas exist and who teaches that there is wrongness and happiness. One who does not negate cause and effect is called a good friend and called a good counsellor. The preaching of such a person is the right Dharma itself. To think about this truth is to think good. To act in this manner may be to act in accord with the Dharma. Therefore, irrespective of whether ordinary beings are familiar to us or unfamiliar, we should just encourage them to leave family life and receive the precepts. Do not heed whether or not they will regress in future, and do not worry whether or not they will practice. This may truly be Shakyamuni's right Dharma. Right, because we're all human and nobody's perfect, right? If you had to wait for somebody to come along to be perfect before you allowed them to become a monk, then you'd be waiting a long time. No, we're getting there. The Buddha addresses the bhikshus. Remember, King Yama once opined, I will someday get free from the suffering. I will be born in the human world. By obtaining a human body, I will then be able to leave family life, shave beard and hair, wear the 3 Dharma robes, and learn the truth as one who has left family life. Even King Yama had this idea. Much more, you all now have obtained a human body and have been able to become Shramanas. Therefore, bhikshus, you should mindfully practice the actions of body, mouth and mind, and should not cause imperfections to occur. You should eliminate the 5 fetters and cultivate the 5 roots. 5 fetters being vehement desire, anger, confusion, self-conceit and doubt, and wrong views, that's 6. And cultivate the 5 roots, that being belief, diligence, mindfulness, the balanced state, wisdom. There's only 5. Okay. Bhikshus, such as you are, should do such training. Then the bhikshus, hearing the Buddha's preaching, rejoiced and devoutly practiced. Clearly we have seen the longing for a life in the human world, even of King Yama, is like this. A human being who has already been born should, without delay, shave beard and hair, wear the 3 Dharma robes, and learn the Buddha's truth. These are the merits of the human world which are beyond other worlds. To have been born in the human world, yet nonetheless wantonly to pursue a political path or a worldly career, idly spending one's life as the servant of kings and ministers, encircled by dreams and illusions, and in later ages to proceed towards pitch darkness, still without anything upon which to rely, is extremely stupid. That describes most people. Not only have we received the rarely received human body, we have also encountered the rarely encountered Buddha Dharma. We should immediately cast aside all involvements and should swiftly leave family life and learn the truth. Kings, ministers, wives, children and relatives inevitably are encountered everywhere, but the Buddha Dharma, like the Udumbara flower, is hardly ever encountered. In conclusion, when impermanence suddenly arrives, kings, ministers, friends and relatives, servants, wives and children, and precious treasures are of no help. That's a bit harsh. Each person simply proceeds to the underworld alone. The underworld. It says the translation is Osen Yellow Spring. The Taoist tradition in China represents the earth. Okay. What accompanies us is only our good or bad karma. When we are about to lose the human body, our regret at the loss of the human body might be deep. While we retain a human body, we should quickly leave family life. Just this may be the right Dharma of the Buddhas of the three times. For those who have thus left family life, there are four kinds of practice of the Dharma, namely the four reliances, listed in fascicle 2. Okay. 1, throughout one's life to sit beneath trees. I love that. 2, throughout one's life to wear robes of rags. 3, throughout one's life to beg for food. 4, throughout one's life, in case of illness, to take old medicine. Old medicine. Medicines that have fallen out of use in secular society, such as compounds made from the feces and urine of cattle. Right. One who practices each of these methods truly is called one who has left family life and truly is called a monk. If we do not practice them, we are not called monks. For this reason, they are called practices of the Dharma by those who have left family life. I suppose old medicine, you could imagine that to be like good food, eating your greens, right? Rather than relying on drugs to get you through. Wear robes of rags, I mean, go shopping in the charity shop. Beg for food. We tend not to beg for food these days, but we do perhaps throw away too much food. So we could rely more on our leftovers and sitting beneath trees. I mean, that's always good, right? Now, in the Western heavens and the Eastern lands, what is authentically transmitted by the Buddhist patriarchs is just practices of the Dharma by those who have left family life. The state of a whole life without leaving the temple forest is directly furnished with these practices of the Dharma, the four reliances. A whole life without leaving the temple forest. Master Joshu Jushin. This is called practicing the four reliances. If someone goes against this and establishes 5 reliances, remember it is false Dharma. Who could believe in it and who could affirm it? I like that. Shouldn't make up your own rules. What is authentically transmitted by the Buddhist patriarchs is the right Dharma. To leave family life in accordance with this right Dharma is the highest and most valuable human happiness. Therefore, in the western heavens of India, Nanda, Ananda, Devadatta, Aniruddha, Mahanama, and Badrika, who are all grandsons of King Simhahanu, and who were of the most noble Kshatriya caste, quickly left family life. It may be an excellent example for later generations. Those today who are not Kshatriyas should not begrudge their bodies. For those who are not even princes, what could there be to begrudge? The royal Shakyas, coming from the noblest position in Jambudvipa, arrived at the noblest position in the triple world. This was just leaving family life. Kings of lesser nations and the Licchavi multitudes, who were they? Republic of the Licchavi tribe, which with its capital at Vaisali was one of the main republics of the central Gangetic plain in the Buddha's time. Amazing. The Licchavi multitudes vainly treasuring what did not deserve to be treasured, taking pride in what did not warrant pride, and staying where they should not have stayed, failed to leave family life. Who could not see them as inept, and who could not see them as extremely stupid? The venerable Rahula, who was the son of the Bodhisattva and the grandson of King Sadhudana, who would have bequeathed the throne to him. Nevertheless, the world-honoured one pointedly caused him to leave family life. Know that the Dharma of leaving family life is supremely valuable. As the disciple foremost in exact observance, Rahula even today has not entered nirvana, but actually abides in the world as a field of happiness for living beings. Oh, isn't that nice? Among the ancestral masters of the Western heavens who transmitted the Buddha's right Dharma eye treasury, the princes who left family life have been many. Now the first patriarch in China was the third royal son of the king of Koshi. Not traced. Not attaching importance to his royal status, he received and retained the right Dharma. We have been able clearly to see that leaving family life is supremely valuable. Having a body that cannot rank alongside those princes, yet being in a position to leave family life, how could we not hasten to do so? For what kind of tomorrow should we wait? If we leave family life in haste, without waiting for the next exhalation or inhalation, that might be wise. We should remember also that the benevolence of the master under whom we leave family life and receive the precepts may be exactly equal to that of a father and mother. That's nice as well. Zenen Shingi, Fascal 1, says, the Buddhas of the three times all say that to leave family life is to realize the truth. The 28 patriarchs of the Western heavens and 6 patriarchs of the land of Tang who transmitted the Buddha mind seal were all Shramanas. Perhaps it was by strictly observing the Vinaya that they were able to become universal models of the triple world. Therefore, in practicing Zazen and inquiring into the truth, the precepts are foremost. Unless we have already departed from excess and guarded against wrong, how can we realize the state of Buddha and become patriarchs? Even if a temple forest is in decay, still it may be a gardenia grove, a place beyond common trees and common grass. Or it is like milk diluted with water. When we want to use milk, we should use this milk diluted with water, but should not use any other substance. Is that saying that milk diluted with water is still better than not milk diluted with water? Therefore, the authentic tradition, which is that the Buddhas of the three times all say that to leave family life is to realize the truth, is supremely valuable. There are no Buddhas of the three times who fail to leave family life. Such is the right Dharma eye treasury, the fine mind of nirvana, and the simple truth of Bodhi, which the Buddhas and the patriarchs authentically transmit. Shōbōgenzō Shukke-kudoku, a day of the summer retreat in the 7th year of Kensho, 1255. This is one of the chapters of the 12-chapter edition of Shōbōgenzō written by Master Dōgen in the last years of his life. Master Dōgen died in 1253. He had given a short lecture on leaving family life, chapter 83, Shukke, in 1246. It seems likely that, with a view to giving a longer lecture on the merit of leaving family life, Master Dōgen selected many relevant excerpts from sutras and prepared comments on them, and that after Master Dogen's death, his successor, Master Koen Ijo, edited Master Dōgen's draft, and added this concluding note. Wonderful. Thanks for listening. Take care.